Okay, so we're going to talk to you about the Disney Parks conversion here, or the Ultimate Options, which has like one of the best boards, which is called a Proffie board. So the first things first is you've got your two buttons, one here and one here. So these are your two buttons, on and off. And the system uses the GX style connector. This is a GX16. There's a GX12, etc, etc. They're the different diameters of what you've got. And essentially the reason why we've gone for this choice is because this is a display saber, shall we say. It's a trooping saber. It's for the 501st. It's not going to be jeweled with. It's not going to be in heavy jeweling or anything. So what we want it to do is maintain the uttermost closest look we can get to Kylo Saber. And generally, if you use one of these style connectors, you would have to drill in a retention screw, because the Park Sabers have no way of, they're so thin here, there's no way of drilling it in internally, so it would have to drill in on the outside, and thus would ruin its aesthetics. So we've gone with a GX type connector, and these are quite fantastic because essentially they are very stable. So you look at, so there you go, and look, you see it's very stable. It doesn't come out. There's a little bit of movement, but not when you're swinging it. It's only when you move it to the outermost edge, but here there's no movement. It's a really safe, secure method of holding the blade. Of course, you can have the other system, which is the disc system, and that that's up to you. That's what it is. Okay, so now we've had a look at whether you want to use what type of connector for your NeoPixel, the TCSS or the GX style connector. We'll look at the Stratagem Sabers conversion. So here we have the kit, which is aluminium, and that's your blade holder. You have two switches, one here and one here. This is something I designed and created and printed, so this is completely what I had in mind. So it's a nice safe switch, nice, easy to use, easy to profile, and it retains the look of the Kylo Saber. The bottom of it comes out like this. So here's your kill key. You remove your kill key.
Anything else?
And you get your Kylo boots.
Show me again the power of the darkness, and I will finish what you started.
So it's quite easy to reset and keep a kill key in this. The illuminate button is this button here, and this one is your
Kylo Ren, TFA, HD. Smooth gray, smooth fuzz. Rogue command. There's been an awakening. Have you felt it?
So we'll talk about taking it apart now. So one of the things about having a Proffie board is you run out of batteries, and most of the other chassis is on the market. You can only have one battery. It's hardwired in, and it's an issue because you can't swap it when you're trooping. It's going to take about 8 hours to charge. So what our chassis here at Stratagem Sabers has is it has this Keystone battery, so it's quite quick and easy at removing your battery. There you go, and then you can swap it out. The chassis itself has a Bluetooth module here, so you can connect to a Bluetooth device. I'll go over that in a separate video. And then here you've got the Proffie board. I've used tape to tape down any of the loose connectors on it, because although it's nicely braided and everything, it can catch on the little screws that run across, so I didn't want to risk it, so I've taped it down, and that's the way it goes. So this is how you change the battery, and this is how you get access to the SD card and the Proffie. And just remember that the positive always faces that, and look, it's marked on the chassis. So you know, if in doubt, just look at the chassis and it will tell you. And that's how you get to the battery and how to swap it over. To pop it back in, just make sure all the wires are clear, and you're just going to push it in like this and just give it a little twist, and then it just has to sit to about there. That goes over the top, and then spin, and you pop that back on. Oops. Screws a bit odd. There we go, and you just screw it back on, and that's it. So in this video we're going to quickly assemble the hilt. So what you've got here is the Kylo and side blades. Oops. Don't accidentally press them. And just pop it all together like so. Take a look down the top. Line it up, push it in. There you go. So we've got the hilt. We'll have a look at the activation now. So just line that up. So this is the flame effect. So this is nice little Kylo Ren sort of effect when you're trooping, walking around. The blaster effect is quite cool. It goes down like that. Down the blade is a white hint. Second font is a straight red. So sometimes you might not want it flickering, you might not want it like that.
Smooth gray.
Then the smooth settings, you've got your rainbow blade, which is incredibly rainbow-esque. It's really hard to try and get a decent shot of that, but it's a really cool effect. And obviously it's got your smooth swing sort of effect on it, so all depends on what you want. Then the rest just cycle through different colours. That's a pretty cool effect. I don't know if you can kind of see it. It's sort of like red towards the bottom, and then it sort of expands upwards towards like a purple. There you go. It's a cool little effect. And then you've got some sort of mad strobe effect.
Directory not found.
There's been an awakening.
And then it goes back to normal.